One of the best features in Excel is this next feature we're going to be working with, and it's called Autofill. It allows you to copy and paste things very quickly. It also allows you to take a series of information, of data or dates or words, and very quickly to copy it across or up or down your worksheet. So let's demonstrate how it works and then show you lots of different ways that you can use it. So autofill, let's say I have the number 1 here and I want that number to come down this column. So here's what you do is you click in the cell with the number that you want or the text, whatever's in there, and you want to copy that. Well, instead of going up here to copy and paste or using your keyboard commands, down in the bottom right corner you'll see this little green box, and you'll notice my cursor is a big plus sign. When I put it over that green little box, that's called the fill handle, and now you're going to be able to use autofill. So it's in the bottom right corner, that little green box, and you know you have it when your big plus sign turns to a small black plus sign. So if you left click and hold your mouse and drag down, you can see it's showing me what it's copying over and over. So I can go here and release. There we go. Now I can also grab that and go to the right. Okay, and I can certainly go to the left depending on what's there, or above. I can do that as well. It goes in those 4 directions and you're able to make it copy. Okay, so what a lot of people do is they use it to copy information. That was a number. You could certainly put in a word, session, and you can bring that down. So all those times that you were copying and pasting can now be done very quickly just by grabbing one item, using the fill handle, and drag it down. However, you may want to do something that's a little bit more than just copy something. For example, with numbers, you may want it to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and do a series of numbers. So the way that works is you have to tell it what the incremental step value is. And what that means is I want to select both of these cells, and what I'm saying is that the increment step value is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 will be 3. So the value, the incremental value is 1. So I drag that down, and there it goes. It creates it by the step value. So if I wanted to do that, let's say with, let's do 5s here. And I go 5, 10, 15, those kinds of things. So I just select them both. That way it sees the value between the two, and then just grab the fill handle and bring it down. Okay, so that's to save you a lot of time with a lot of copy and paste and with series, especially with numbers. Okay, now here I could have done session 1, and then I'm going to put in 2, and now what do? I need to select them both, go to the fill handle, left click, and drag it down. And now I can use them together. Okay, so some great ways to do series. There's a lot more that you can do with that, but just to give you an idea very quickly that those can be done just by showing it what the step value is, even with text and big numbers. So we're just using 5s and 1s here, so no big deal. Now, something that's built into the software are days of the week. So if I put in Sunday, I'll click there, grab the fill handle, it'll keep going on the days of the week as far as I drag down. Same way with the months of the year, January. So if I grab January, it'll come here. Now, some people ask, well, do I always have to start with January? The answer is no. We could start with July, and it will pick up right from there. There we go. So it's smart enough to know that, and those are built on lists that are what we call custom list inside of Excel. And one of our sessions is how to create custom lists. So you'll see those there, and you'll see what's already available, and you can work with it. Now, years are not in there, so you would need to put in the step value. So if I have 2000, 2001, grab the fill handle, and the increment is by year. So you can quickly do your years, months. Now we've been going down a lot of this time, and as we get into the different types of series that it will do, we'll start having some choices on if they're linear, growth, by date, and autofill. So let me show you just a couple examples of this, and then we will we'll go into the fill area to show you some of the features that are built within it. So I was doing one here, and same thing, if I want to copy one, I can do that, no problem. But let's take a look at, if I'm here and I'm getting ready to do a fill, so I select this area right here. On the Home tab, in the editing area of the ribbon, there is a drop down for fill. So when you hit the down arrow, it can say, hey, just fill it to the right, and it would copy that for us, okay? However, if I want to do something other than that, then I can do series, and then these 4 type options are right here: linear, growth, date, and autofill, okay? So as we're working through this, you'll understand what each one of these will do as we go through them. So linear creates a series that is calculated by adding, that's critical, the value in the step value box, which is right here, to each cell value in turn. So I click OK, and now it's 1, the step value is 1, so that makes it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's do that again. It's still selected here, and I can do fill series. Okay, now that was linear. If I go to growth, the difference is creates a series that is calculated by multiplying the value in the step value box by each value in turn. So if I did 1, they would all be 1, because 1 times 1 is 1 equals 1 times 1, that kind of thing. So I'm going to change this to 2. Click OK. It's 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2, and so on. So it gives me those incremental values. Okay. Now with date, here's what we're going to look at. We're looking at January 1st, 2013. And I'm just going to select the area that I want it to fill. So I do fill, series, date, okay, by day, weekday, month, or year. Okay. So if it's by day, it just adds another day to each value here, okay? However, if I do it like this, and then I do fill series, and I do by weekday, it's only going to give me Monday through Friday dates. So I click OK. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, then you have the weekend, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's a quick way to look at, you know, which days were weekdays. It's also a good item if you're scheduling work just for the weekdays, or putting costs to dates that are related to business days. That one works. Series, okay, so we're still in date, a weekday by month. So it's January 1st, 2013, so it picks up the same date at the beginning of each month. That's cool. And then series by year, January 1st for each of those years. So really easy ways to create series and work with them very quickly, working with fills. So if I've got one here and I just grab it here and I say fill right, it'll do that for me. No different than just grabbing it and doing that there. So typically what you're doing is you are wanting it to go a certain direction, and by the way, you can grab a big group like this and bring them down as well. So it goes left, right, up, down, any direction you want. Typically you have to go one direction and then take it another direction for it to work. All right, so that's a series. Just to give you a quick chart, this comes from Microsoft as well. Initial selection, if you had 1, 2, 3, and these are in different cells, it would go 4, 5, 6. Time of the day, 9 o'clock, 10, 11, 12. MON is in the custom list, so it'll give you those. Monday spelled out is in the list. Jan, and if you did Jan, April, so it skips February and March, then it will give you July, October. So it knows the step values. You're going over months. January 7th, April 7th, again, it skips months here, so it's skipping months here. 15th of Jan, 15th of April, again, skipping months. The years, 1st of Jan, 1st of March, then it goes to May, July, September. Quarters, or Q3 or quarter 3, it will give you that replication as well. Text, any text with 1 or A, we did that with sessions. First period, second period, third period, product 1, product 2, product 3. So a lot of ways to use the series, and as we go through autofill and custom lists, you'll find a lot of great ways to save you a lot of time with copying or creating series of lists.